All right, joining me now, Notre Dame alum David Roth, a 23-year veteran of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. And I want to give them a shout out right now because they are doing something to step up so that David can do something pretty important. He is also chairman of the board of the military support group Helping Hands for Freedom. In less than a week, David is heading out on what he calls the Route for the Brave, a 3,000-mile walk across America. David, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
What an honor to be here today. I am so excited because the Notre Dame family has come calling and just to interview me and little old detective from Indianapolis who's going to walk across America to raise money for military families and the cause and build a house of healing.
That's huge. All right, let's talk the logistics first. When does it start? How does it start? Where does it end? How do you get there? How can we watch? Give us the lowdown.
Crunch time. Crunch time is Thursday. We've been working on this for 3 years. We start Thursday on the 28th in Atlantic City, and we are walking about approximately 30 miles a day, 6 days a week. And on April 28th, we leave, and on August 26th, we'll be in San Francisco. We invite anyone along US 40, which is the road that built America, to join us anywhere along this walk.
How does one prepare for a 3,000-mile walk?
It's been a journey. When I started, I was 287, didn't take care of myself, and was leading this organization. And the wanderlust that we got is we're going to tell our story all the way across the country. People like former heavyweight champion of the world, Relentless Layman Brewster, who lives in Indianapolis, met me where I was meeting the doc and consulting and working out and said, I want to help you work out. I've been working out with him. Nutrition from Doc Keeler. And I know this sounds crazy, but there's been a lot of walking. Mornings walking,
Yeah,
afternoons, rain
there have to
walking.
be.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's also been the 3 jobs that I work, fitting those in, and finally I've taken a leave of absence from the department, and 28th, everything goes out the window. We meet and highlight our Gold Star family members, and the families, the soldiers' family. And if they're to think about our nonprofit, our lane of traffic is specifically for military families. So we take care of the whole family, and we are getting bigger every day because of experiences like this at Notre Dame.
Well, and kudos to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department.
Absolutely
One, for giving
amazing.
you the time to do something important. Don't even get me started on how this country doesn't do enough for veterans. That's a whole different story. But talk about the inspiration for this. Why?
Well, if we lay down a foundation of the inspiration, and I've had a lot of time to think since I've been up here and walking through Notre Dame last night, the foundation was laid with a good liberal arts background, but not to mention the Center for Social Concerns. I did a lot of volunteering there. So that center gets laid down, and being a law enforcement officer for 23 years, public service is in your blood. Well, then I have a stepson who was deployed, and he just got back from his 5th deployment. When you integrate him back into the family when he comes home and integrate them, kids, you can't Skype your father enough to get to know him. You have to be around him. Good friends that have recently passed away, Vietnam veteran that passed away. Daryl was an inspiration to me, but it was clear, even long after Vietnam, the adjustment that could have happened with the family if they had a house of healing, if they had the professionals to come into one location, and they could get through those issues. And even to the day, when we celebrated him years later, he was still having some of those issues.
Sure,
we want to highlight that.
So the Retreat House for Veterans, this is what you're raising a lot of the money for.
Yes, sir.
Is this just a lot of helping hands, reaching out? I mean, is that what is it for these veterans?
Well, for these veterans, a lot of families just need a retreat house. We are going to have a PTSD center. A lot of the soldiers that come back need to not only have the support group they can continually come back to, but need to have a location that's away from the home, that's in a secluded area, that's a house of healing. And we started calling it a retreat house. But the soldiers in Fort Huachuca said, look, guys, in the input that we had, this isn't going to be a retreat home. This is going to be a house of healing. So, due to their instruction, we've named it a house of healing. And what it means to them, for instance, we had a gala. And we bought a dog for a young couple. Well, I didn't understand the pet therapies that we're going to have there. But when they were tearing down, there was a loud crunch with one of the tables. And he absolutely got unhinged. He looked down at his dog that we just purchased in Chicago for him. The dog kind of looked up and said, you know, almost as if verbally, but said, you know, everything's fine. Once he saw the dog was all right.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have that. And if they need financial help, some families don't need that. They just need to get away and have a house of healing or a retreat.
All right, one more question for you, and that is people watch this and say, I want to do something. You know, I want to do something for our veterans. I want to get involved. How can people get involved in what you're doing here?
Well, they can get involved by going to routeforthebrave.org. We also, if you go to your Play Store and type in HHFF, we have an app for the Play Store, and also our Facebook page, Route for the Brave. They can go there and file, I think, what's going to be the hilarious daily updates of this walk across America. And it's such an honor to be here at the University of Notre Dame and to talk with you guys about this. And it's an honor. And love you, Notre Dame.
Well, we are very proud that you're doing. You got a lot of walking shoes?
I got a lot of walking shoes, and I'm ready to go.
David, an honor, man.
Steve, thank you very much.
Go get them, man. Go get them.